Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to take a look at the other of the April Fool's Day units from 2021. I guess technically there was three, right? We had the Great Saiyan and Videl, who, despite they came out on like the 9th, despite the fact that April Fool's on the 1st, of course, very odd. And then, of course, we have the Awakenings and EZAs for the two Dokkan Butoden units, right? The Vegeta as well as the Goku. Alright, so let's go ahead and start by putting the sticker on this guy. We're going to take a look at him, full level 10 links. The Goku obviously was very good, and I think this Vegeta is actually pretty damn good as well. I think the Vegeta is actually going to end up looking more impressive than Goku. Vegeta has more category teams. His extra attack buff against super class enemies, I would say, are much more common than extreme class enemies. So that's another thing that is going to be happening. Vegeta, the way his buffs are built, where, you know, he gets defense at the start of turn and then attack when performing a super attack, is better than the way Goku has it, which is the other way, where he gets attack at the start of turn and then defense on super. So I think Vegeta is going to end up looking a little bit more impressive than the Dokkan Butoden Goku. But let's go and take this Vegeta, full level 10 links in, with our boy's sticker and stuff like that, and see how strong this guy is. Alright, so we're starting out on the Vegeta family team here. Now, of course, I have the Dokkan Butoden Vegeta here along with, what's his name right here? This is Grade 8 Vegeta. The two of them are going to share a lot of links together. Grade 8 Vegeta, at this point, I would say is one of the most deserving of a Dokkan Fest, like, for real. And he would help a lot of teams, right? Like, Grade 8 Vegeta's Dragon Ball Seekers, you know, Inhuman Deeds, Space Traveling Warriors, Prodigal Warrior, Planetary Destruction, Terravine Con. Like, you go down the line, right? Like, these guys would work great together. And this is a really big Dokkan Fest that eventually could happen. The Vegeta family team would get another buff, which would be sick. I think I'm probably actually going to leave this guy, I think, with this Vegeta right here. Of course, you know, a lot of these Vegetas are going to share the same links, so running a lot of Vegetas together does work, right? Like Saiyan Warrior Race, Prepared for Battle, Royal Lineage, Prodigies, all active. Then is next to our Saiyan Lineage, over 9,000, and then finally Shattering the Limit. So we're able to get a lot of his links active just with this blue Vegeta right here. 125k defense right there is pretty good, because this Vegeta gets a 50% attack and offensive buff for 4 turns. So if you're rocking this guy on rotation, that defense of his is going to get pretty high after he super attacks once or twice. 2.88 right there, turn 1. Like, you could just instantly see how powerful this Dokkan Butoden Vegeta is. Like, they did an absolutely tremendous job, I think, in making, like, these EZA units really, really good, right? Because they are, like, both the Dokkan Butoden, Goku, and Vegeta, both of them are really goddamn good. So I think Dokkan did a tremendous job, you know, for sort of like the Halloween EZA area, like, units were really good, right? The Candy Vegito and the Gotenks and Ghost. Now the April Fool's units are really good as well. I mean, they awaken from the same EZA area too, but Dokkan is just on point, man. 2021 so far, like, I mean, at least on the JP side of things, right? It's just been absolutely, like, perfect, basically. They've done just incredible. So it's going to be interesting to see how things are going to go moving forward. All right, so this time we can actually have this Vegeta super attack first, which is going to give us a little, you know, moderate extra attack buff right here. What is Vegeta's defense now? 187k. Don't forget that after he super attacks, it's another 50% buff. So he's going to be shooting up to basically, what, like 270k defense or something like that? Like, this is going to be really, really impressive. 270k defense and like a 3 million attack stat. This is like, not only is this a free-to-play unit, right? But this is a free-to-play unit with free-to-play orbs, right? You don't even have to use your own orbs. 3.27, you shitting me? You don't even have to use your own orbs to rainbow this guy. It's so easy to grind him up from that event. I don't think the EZA area is really that tough either, because they let you use a lot of, like, OG Buu Saga units that many players are likely to have those characters either with a lot of dupes or just, you know, again, like, obviously EZA area is not content designed for new players, right? That's just how it is. But if you've been around for a while, the EZA area to get these guys EZA'd is not even really going to be that bad. So again, just very, very well done by Dokkan. Alright, I'm going to try and not super attack on this turn too much. We'll get one more turn with Vegeta right here, and then we'll move on. Now, keep in mind, right, Vegeta's passive, he gets 88% defense at the start of turn, 88% when performing a super attack, and then another 88% attack when attacking super class enemies. So he is going to put up much higher numbers against super class enemies. Again, I think from what I've seen, it's much more common in Dokkan to be fighting super class enemies than it is extreme class enemies. So yet another advantage that the Vegeta has over the Goku, right? This is a rare instance. There's a lot of Goku and Vegeta units who it's like they're like basically the same unit, but they just have some things reversed. This is one of the few where Vegeta gets the W in like virtually every area, and then Goku does not, right? All right, so again, we're gonna have just basically all these same links active, right? I mean, that's the thing with this Vegeta. Unlike the Vegeta family teams, you're gonna be able to get a lot of this stuff active, you know, with regularity. Defense again, still at that 187k mark. All right, so we'll do this. Then we'll go to another team. Again, he's on a lot of teams, right? Terrifying Conqueror, Space Traveling Warrior, Dragon Ball Seeker, Pure Saiyan. Let's fight an extreme class enemy next, though, because we do want to see how much damage he'll do against super class enemies. We want to see how much damage he'll do against extreme class enemies. Sort of all of it, right? We'll sort of get it all sort of in track here. All right, so now we're over here on the Space Traveling Warrior team. This is a team that's going to be really good for a lot of the OG Saiyans, right? Like, you know, obviously, like, prior to Namek Saga type Saiyans, right? Like, the evil Saiyans, you know, well, I mean, I was about to say Bardock. I mean, honestly, Bardock and his squad, they are all assholes. Like, they're mass murderers, right? So, Bardock and his crew are, like, super class units, but they are basically evil. So, you know, do want to point that out. Now, again, a lot of these, like, sort of, like, OG Saiyans will work very well together on the Space Traveling Warrior team. Obviously, Bojack is supporting the whole team. So, you know, as more of these Saiyans come out, you know, Great Ape Vegeta, maybe, like, if we got a Dokkan Fest for Dragon Ball Z Bardock, because we don't have that, right? Like, a Dokkan Fest for, like, actual, like, you know, Dragon Ball Z Bardock, like, that would be sick. And that would obviously work, because all these, like, Saiyans, right, like Raditz and Vegeta, Turles, they all have some sort of, like, similar links, right? All right, so what is that link that Raditz has? Well, that's Saiyan lineage right there, which obviously is very good. Saiyan lineage has definitely, you know, climbed the ranks to being, I think, like, a proper sort of key link, right? It's now 2 key, 5% attack and defense. All right, so Vegeta's at 100k defense right here. Again, after supering, he is going to get a 50% buff, so that's going to buff him up to 150k defense, which is still relatively good, right? Now, keep in mind, his attack stat is definitely not going to be nearly as high against this Cooler, who is an extreme class enemy. Yeah, there is at 1.5. I mean, honestly, that's like his floor, basically. Like 1.5 right there, but it'll be difficult to get it lower than that. Like, obviously, we did have Turles here supporting, but you guys get what I'm saying right there, right? I'm trying to get that Vegeta on rotation with him, by the way. That physical Gallic Gun Vegeta. They're going to work incredibly well together. And then, obviously, that guy did just get an EZA on JP a few months ago in January, right? So, like, those two units are going to work well together. Again, a nice buff for all these teams. Dragon Ball Seeker, Vegeta Family, Terrifying Conqueror. Like, Saiyan Saga Vegeta has a lot of categories. And a lot of categories specifically that do need buffs, right? Okay, so here we have Vegeta, damn, nearly 200k defense. And again, he gets 50% after supering. We have a shit ton of support on this rotation as well, by the way. I mean, we're getting a very, very nice 40% from Turles. And then Cooler is also giving 50%. Remember, Cooler does give Terrifying Conquerors a 50% attack and defensive buff if there is multiple enemies. That's why I chose to go into this Metal Cooler stage right here. All right, that lowers our defense a bit, but I mean, we already saw what the number was going to be, but we have to remember that for next turn. 2.23, I mean, that's a lot of support on rotation for only a 2.23 attack stat. That's not the greatest. I mean, again, we're getting 90% attack support right here. And that was it. That was a little low for 90%, right? Now, again, if we did this exact same rotation, but we were going up against a super class enemy, Vegeta's damage would have been way, way up there compared to what we just saw, right? But still, I mean, I guess at the very least, you could still, like, evaluate this Vegeta as, like, such, like an easy unit to obtain, right? Like, you can't grade this Vegeta against, like Dokkan Fest Videl's performance, right? because this Vegeta is a free unit from years ago that just got an awakening. Again, he has his own orbs. Like, the conditions to getting him, like, rainbowed is, like, way easier than, again, like, Dokkan Fest Videl, who's a main new Dokkan Fest unit that you have to summon a lot of stones for and stuff like that. So, I mean, Vegeta and the Dokkan Butoden Goku's performance is very, very good for essentially how easy it is to obtain those units, right? All right, we'll probably get one more rotation here on the Space Traveling Warrior team. We'll do another run with maybe like Terrifying Conquerors, and I'll make sure to go into another fight with multiple enemies. All right, so here we go. Now these two Vegetas have 6 out of 7. The only link we don't have active is Saiyan Lineage. We even have one of the shittiest links in the game active right here, this bad boy. Over 9,000. Such a stupid link. Like, look at this roster. I mean, for Grade 8 Vegeta, in the future, it's not going to be the worst ever. Because, again, Grade 8 Vegeta, like, let's say a theoretical Dokkan Fest Grade 8 Vegeta has it with, like, LR Vegeta Nappa, Dokkan Butoden Vegeta, this base Vegeta. So, like, you'd be able to get it. And, like, you know, a new, like, Nappa that's actually really good. You know, Nappa could get a Dokkan Fest. He's more worthy than Videl, right? That could happen. Still really dumb that Champa's on there. All right, so let's go ahead and see what we're going to do. Again, his defense is this low only because he had the debuff hit on him from Cooler. Otherwise, his defensive stat would be much, much higher, right? And like these links, like Saiyan Warrior Race, 10% attack, Prepare for Battles, giving him 5% attack and defense, Royal Lineage, giving him 5% attack, Prodigy's 15% attack, Saiyan Lineage, 5% attack and defense, over now 9,000, 10% attack and defense, and then Shattering Limit, 5% attack and defense. So he's very balanced in the buffs he's getting, right? A lot of different sort of like attack and defensive buffs from like all of these links here, and it's not really that difficult to get a lot of them active. So there he is at 2 million again right there. All right, yeah, let's go ahead and move on to another event. This time, of course, we are going to fight a super class enemy. Make sure to get that other attack buff active for him. All right, so now we're going up against our boy Paikuhan. Over on this team, we're doing Terrifying Conqueror / Transformation Boost. Our boy Vegeta is not getting a support type buff from Cooler right here. Remember, Cooler is only going to buff Vegeta if there's multiple enemies. We only have Shattering the Limit active, so this is going to be a pretty bare bones turn. Although we are going to get the buff from attacking a super class enemy. So let's go ahead and see what we put up right here. 2.36. That's with 50% support, and then we only have one link. Oh no, he lowers attack. That's annoying, because like the whole point. God damn it. Well, so now the attack stat on the next turn is going to be a little bit lower than I would prefer. I think I will just cut, and we'll come right back. Well, actually, wait, I was just about to... Oh. It took me, like, 10 minutes to find an STR Cooler friend. That's the only thing. Damn it. That's so unfortunate. I hate this. Thank you so much, Pycon. I hate when these bosses lower attack. It's just because, like, again, it's going to artificially lower the numbers a little bit that we want to see. Because on this next rotation right here, we do have multiple enemies, right? And obviously, this would be a pretty good rotation for Vegeta, because we're going to have a lot of his links active here with LR Vegeta and Nappa. And then we have, of course, Rildo. 214k defense, by the way. Really good. All right, so I'm going to give Nappa... Actually, we can just have Vegeta in slot 1. Yeah, because he's going to have all the same links of Vegeta and Nappa. Let's just attack you. I'm going to put Vegeta and Nappa to get maximum key right there. And then we'll do this again. So remember that our attack is lowered. So the attack set's going to be a little bit artificial. Yeah, 2.9. I believe we would have been over 3 million right there had our attack not been lowered like that. But that's okay, because on this next turn, we have a bunch of 50% supports around anyway. Cooler, Kid Buu, and Rildo are all giving Vegeta 50%. And then next turn, the attack debuff will have worn off. Okay, so this isn't really that big of a deal then after all. No, don't you? No, 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 no. My luck is so bad. Stop it. Are you fucking kidding me? Why did you do No, no, you loser. All right, we're good. We're good. We're good. So, all right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just not super attack as much as I can here. And then we'll go ahead and attack Paikuhan. And then, oh yeah, Kid Buu cannot do damage. Okay, we're fine. We're totally good. We'll be able to leave both Pikkon and the Goku and Vegeta alive for next turn. And then we'll be able to see our Dokkan Butoden Vegeta, again, with the 50% support. You know, we haven't linked up with Vegeta and Nappa, which has got a couple of these powerful links active. I think they have, what, Saiyan Warrior Race over 9,000 and Shattering the Limit. So we're going to get some, you know, decent stuff from links. We'll be able to get the 50% support, so that stuff is going to be good. Nappa's, yeah, I guess because Nappa doesn't have... It's stupid he doesn't have Prepare for Battle. No Royal Lineage, no Prodigies. Nappa's links are a little wonky. They really did make that Nappa and Vegeta unit very wonky, huh? Yeah, it's like, it's so important they gave him goddamn Berserker, right? That's so important, rather than, like, Saiyan Lineage. Saiyan Lineage would have been sick, but no, no, we can't give him Saiyan Lineage, that's too good. Alright, 214k is what we're sitting at right here. With our boy Vegeta. Remember, Vegeta's getting the 50% support from Cooler, which is solid here. We'll just go ahead and do this, so we'll get the 12 key super attack, the AoE. And let's go ahead and see how much damage we'll do. Again, Vegeta's defense on this turn, after he supers, it's going to be like over 300k, so that's going to be super good. Yeah, and then there he is at the 3 million attack stat, so Vegeta's good. I mean, we could see him putting up really good numbers all over the place. I mean, that's it. For free-to-play units, I mean, look at, he's out-damaging Vegeta and Nappa. I mean, I guess that's not really too hard. They're definitely a wonky unit, I would say. The Vegeta and Nappa, right? So, I guess we'll go ahead and move into our the breakdown now. We'll take a look at Vegeta's, you know, his kit and his stats. But, you know, he'll perform very well across a variety of different teams. You know, you can go ahead and bring a lot of these good characters. This is the first time I've ever seen this happen in this Dokkan event. Are we going to get one-shotted by this? Is this going to insta-kill us? Yeah, it did. That's the first time I've ever gotten to this point where that's actually been used. I just got one-shotted by Pikkon. They did 1 million damage on that. Okay, so that's interesting. Thanks, Vegeta. You know who I blame for this? Is Vegeta and Nappa for being very, very weak. But sure. Pikkon just dropped 1 million on us. Alright, so this is Saiyan Strike. Vegeta Dokkan Butoden. His leader skill is the Vegeta family category or extreme class. Key 4 and 44% stats. So that's fodder, but whatever. I mean, I guess maybe it could be good for like prime battle events or something like that. His super attack is the Gallic Gun, which does supreme damage to the enemy and raises attack and defense for 4 turns. And again, this raises attack and defense for 4 turns is a 50% buff. So he's basically greatly raising attack and defense for 4 turns. It's a stronger super attack effect than even the Dokkan Fest Gotenks and the Tech Super Buu have got, so that's pretty good. Vegeta's passive is Vegeta has raised his ki, which gives him 88% defense at the start of turn, another 88% when performing a super attack, and then he gets another 88% when attacking super class enemies. Very basic, but both of these Butoden units actually have pretty solid stats for free-to-play units as well, right? So with that, even though they barely have anything from their passive, it works well with their high stats to allow them to do good damage and have good defense. And then, of course, that super attack effect is so nasty. Greatly raising attack and defense for multiple turns is really powerful. Vegeta's link set is Saiyan Warrior Race, Prepared for Battle, Royal Lineage, Prodigies, the Saiyan Lineage, over 9,000, and Shattering the Limit. So definitely fine for, you know, running with other, like, sort of like Vegeta units. His 12 key multiplier is 130%. That is pretty low. Only a 130% 12 key multiplier, but I mean, it'll be fine even with the low number right there. And then finally, our boy Vegeta is on a lot of category teams, and a lot of category teams that could use the help. So for starters, he's on Pure Saiyans, which needs no help at all in the world. Then he's on the Vegeta family team, which does need help. You know, any Vegeta family units being added to this team is always really good, because it's just like, this is one of the 4-year anniversary, like, premium categories right here, and it just pales in comparison to the Goku family category. There's so much. Like, this Vegeta needs to get an EZA. This Trunks needs to get an EZA. You know, this, like, LR Trunks over here, we need to get the Dokkan Fest version of him. There's a lot they could do to this Vegeta family, and I would prefer, honestly, if they would start, like, focusing on this category and getting this one up to snuff. I think that would be awesome, right? Then, of course, we also have the... What is this? This is the Dragon Ball Seeker team right here. I mean, we don't get buffs for this team very often, so anything we can get for this team, I will gladly take. Then Vegeta is also over here on Terrifying Conquerors, which is definitely becoming one of the stronger villain teams in Dokkan, which is good. Vegeta is also down here on the Planetary Destruction category team. Obviously, that's fairly good to be on this Planetary Destruction team right here. Again, a pretty solid team led by the new Dokkan Fest Broly. Then, wait, no. This is Inhuman Deeds. Yeah, this is Inhuman Deeds, because Bobbity. Yeah. Inhuman Deeds right here. Planetary Destruction and Inhuman Deeds, they're very, like, this one's Planetary Destruction right there. This is Inhuman Deeds. You can see how close this, like, the symbols are. Okay, so yeah, this right here, Planetary Destruction, led by Dokkan Fest Broly, right here with Beerus and all them. This one is Inhuman Deeds, which will be a good category team, but we need, like, a proper Dokkan Fest leader. Again, this villain team is going to be nasty, because you've got, like, all the Rose Goku Blacks. Like, you know, AGL Rose is really good after his EZA. This guy gets his EZA, and then you'd have a couple of these Goku Blacks running around giving all that ki, and then you could just build anything you want. Super 17, Omega, Baby, Broly, like there's a lot of really good characters on the Inhuman Deeds category. Then Vegeta's also over here on the Space Traveling Warrior team. One of my favorite categories, definitely one of the better, like, newer categories that has come out in quite a while. Really, really good, that Space Traveling Warrior team. And then, again, this one down here is Planetary Destruction. And then finally, Vegeta is on the Prodigal Warrior, Prodigious Warrior category, whatever you want to call it, led by the Dokkan Fest Goten and Trunks. Definitely going to be a solid category team, right? It's very big. You have a lot of really good characters on here. And then, of course, we did just get this very good support type unit. I definitely could have ran Vegeta on this category team, right? Because, like, all these Vegetas are over here. You have, like, a really solid base for this team. So, let me know what you guys think of the Dokkan Butoden Vegeta. A very, very good unit. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.